Thank you for your patience. Breathing through your pose. I'm going to back you up a little bit, I think, because you're too close to me. I think we'll get a better angle that way for you. What happened? All right. That really gave you a place to go, right? Okay. That's going to be much, much better. Hello, everybody. Welcome. My name is Lou Segura. I'm here in Bayonne, New Jersey. We're just giving you some yoga. Wherever you're at, take some time not to worry about what's going to happen. Not to worry. Whatever happens is going to happen. If you worry about it, you're only hurting yourself. It's okay to acknowledge, right? Acknowledge that it's something terrible that's going on, and yes, we have emotions, but the thing is not to let them overcome you and take you and hold you and put you in such a place or state of mind that you're not right. So allow yourself to focus in everything that you do, in every part of your day, to focus on taking maybe 5 slow, deep breaths. Every so often, hold that thought for a second. I believe that I could have had a V8. I think that you're a little crooked on me, and it's bothering me that you are. Yes? Thanks. All right. That looks a little bit better. And so, thank you. And so, I want you to think about breathing. Maybe once every hour and a half, take 5 slow, deep breaths. Slow though. Intentional. Without pretense. So that you feel everything from underneath the rib cage where the diaphragm is. You know that the diaphragm is that flat muscle, or it's not really a muscle, is it? The diaphragm is more of an elastic band that separates the lungs from the rest of the organs going south of the lungs. Stomach, spleen, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so from underneath the rib cage, all the way under, all the way through, all the way around, all the way up, all the way back, and it's completely covering like a sheath. The inhale, so that diaphragm draws downward, and you can feel those lower lobes of your lungs taking in oxygen, increasing the volume of oxygen, the VO2, volume of oxygen intake. Okay? And you could break it down scientifically, you could break it down metaphysically, you could break it down in a simple form. That's what I like to do. Because I'm not a scientist, and I'm not into the ethereal world, even though we all are, but just being a person. And that's why I say poses instead of asanas, and we speak generally instead of trying to confuse anybody. And it's good to know all of that, but it's better to know yourself in your breath. And that's my idea, is to bring it to every person so that you understand what it is. And the breathing is first. So as we're standing, relax yourself, soften your legs, soften your arms, shake yourself out a little bit more, and continue to focus on your breathing. And every time we exhale, try the best that you can to feel the entire body trying to flatten. taking all of the breath out. And as the body's flattening, make yourself taller. The only way to make yourself a little bit taller is by pushing away from the floor. So we have to get grounded in the feet. Mountain pose, very first pose. Depending on where you are in your posture, if you need to separate your feet for balance, absolutely separate them. If you can bring them closer, bring them closer. Depending on who you ask, touch your ball joints, not the heels. Touch the ball joints and the heels, the ankles as well. It just depends on who you ask. And whatever feels better for you is good. Listen to yourself. What feels better? Personally, I like keeping my heels separated so that the middle of the heel, which is where it's important to me, the middle of the heel centers directly to the middle, or vice versa. The second and third toe centers to the middle of the heel. And that's what's important, is centering and making everything balanced and even. Try to feel the flatness of your feet and the ball joints melting into the floor. So much so that you can separate your toes flat. And as you're pushing the ball joints, feel the calves turning on, feel the knees lifting up, feel the thighs turning on, feel the back of the legs drawing, so that you feel yourself being pulled back. Hip joint on top of heel. Mountain pose. And you're becoming stronger with every exhale. Don't go from weak, soft, flaccid muscle to 100% fully loaded on the first breath. But gradually allow yourself to really get down there into your toes and feet. Stay there for a few breaths. Let yourself make sure you're feeling. Can you feel the big toes in the heels pulling more and the arches lifting more? The ankles are sturdy. Can you feel the knees being pulled inward? Can you feel the inner thighs working? Can you feel the pelvis tilting underneath? Can you feel that? And the belly's constantly working inward, the belly button, the diaphragm, everything's pulling yourself. The shoulder blades becoming flat, the shoulders melting down. Notice, because sometimes we're so unaware of what our postures are. Here's the thing, if you had a long mirror, it's great to use a mirror to see yourself. Better to feel yourself, but a visual helps. Sometimes we're standing straight, so we think, and the whole back is leaning back while the head is coming forward, and we think that's straight. Try to imagine everything constantly lifting upward. And the heart, where the heart is, right in the middle of the back itself is opening up, and the heart is opening up, and the belly is pulling in so that the ribs don't arch. Keep going. There's more. But we're being inclusive with every breath. Back to the breath. We're still working on grabbing everything here, yes? Every exhale, the belly draws more. Like a bellow, pushing the breath out. Feel that tension building. Can you feel how your shoulders shrug up to your ears? Are they? Perhaps. If they're not shrugging up, okay. Are they rolling forward? Right? Because that's a big thing with everybody. That whole shoulder, you need to roll. You'll notice it's not the arms moving, it's just the shoulders rolling. So that we're lifting the chest up a little taller. Elbows are pointing back, the arms are extending. Can you look and feel and notice and see and become aware of how extended those elbows are? Imagine them, the arm, the forearm, separating, reaching, really trying to go and touch the floor without moving the body, but really reaching. Feel that stretching tension. Breathing. We're still mountain folks. We have another 5 minutes left just for this pose. But can you notice as we're holding it how still we could become? Notice where your chin is. Notice how your neck is. Is your chin jutting upward? Is your head coming forward? Are your ears forward of your shoulders? So that's part of that lifting that entire rib cage upward. At the same time, pulling the chin toward the throat so that the ears come to the shoulders, but it's the crown that's lifting up even further. And as the crown lifts up more, the tail wants to lift up further. So we have to be mindful. It's being mindful, being aware, being in the present moment, focusing on awakening all of you. So that when you're completely aware of the entire space that you're in, what I mean by that is that you are inside your body. You're in that space. When you're aware of that space is when we can then move in all different directions because you say so. So it doesn't matter where you are on your space, you're in your space. Mindful that you're in the present moment, okay? Keep breathing. Draw a little bit more. Every time you exhale that belly, try to strengthen and draw back a little bit more with a bigger bellow. And then a little bit higher. Maybe, if you can. While focusing, and that's why it takes time to really focus, so that when you're ready, next breath, inhale the arms to the sky, reach them out. Palms still facing each other, away to the front. Hands are shoulder width, reaching, extending. Am I too far? Is that better, guys? Can you see that better? Palms, reaching. Shoulders melting down. Join your hands together, folding, hinging from the hips. Gently, let the knees bend. Take your time. Now notice if your back's already grounded. Try to stay flat. Try to maintain that focus so that everything's moving because the hips are moving, nothing else. And then we relax completely down. As we push away from the floor, at the same time, we inhale. Inhaling, rolling. The head is the last to roll up. Exhale, the arms all the way up. Inhale the chest up, reaching up and back as far as we can. Exhale, lift your heart more, soften your shoulders back. Push the hips forward, draw into your knees, bend them a little bit. Come back up. All the way to the floor. Exhale. Exhale. All the way down. Breathe. Inhale to step way back. Exhale down a little further. I went off my mat completely, guys. Inhale, come back up. Rolling upward. Way up to the sky. And soften your arms down. Again, inhale. Feel how that breath relaxes us. Exhale into a forward bend. I'm going to step back with the other leg. Inhaling. Inhale. Reach it back. Lengthen your body. Gentle and warm. Come back up, exhale. Inhale, roll your body way up to the sky. Exhale, arms out to your sides. Feel how that feels. A wonderful feeling. Let's step out that left foot out to the side. Gently step out. Let's step back that right leg a little further to a warrior two. The knee stays on top. Now you're just breathing, focusing on your breathing. Allow yourself. And while you're focusing on the breathing, it's the mind's eye where we hold that attention of where we are inside of that body that we're in. So noticing how your body is in this posture. Warrior two depends on who you ask. Heel to heel, heel to instep. I like heel to heel. I like to feel my body lengthening, opening up with direction, with purpose, allowing the hips to tilt from an angle pointing down to the back corner so that the tail points down, right down underneath us directly. So it's a lot of pulling. So the thighs have to roll outward. Roll them outward and back down in the back. Getting the hips to open up more. Try to get this hip as low as the knee. Doesn't mean you have to go there today. That's the idea for the pose. Opening up, arms coming out. So here's the breathing. And the breathing is where we're holding. And the breath does a lot for us. As we're breathing, we're relaxing. Because we're breathing, even though we're tensing through the muscles. And sometimes, depending on the person, the breath will indicate that you had enough. You start holding your breath. That's a good indication you're done. It's okay to come out of the pose. Right? We start panting or grunting, right? It's all coming out through the breath. You're done. But if you can, allow yourself further to stay. We stay a little bit longer. Breathing. Every exhale count. It matters. Are you drawing? Now, while we're here, are you noticing? Are the hips trying to pivot? Trying further to pivot? Maybe a little bit more. Let's inhale, reach up to the sky. Extending the legs as far as you can. Turning to the front. Rotate the hip forward. Bend your knee if you need to in the front. Adjust your back heel if you think you're too far back. Soften down over your thigh. Use your hands on your thigh to help, but you have to bend your knee to do that so that you don't put pressure on the extended knee. Lengthen your spine. Can you lengthen it? Can you push your hips back? Can you reach? Can you square your body? Can you drape your belly on your thigh? Can you melt your chin to your throat? Can you pull your head down just what you can? Can you lift the back of the thighs, extending your crown further down? Bending through the knee. Lift your heel in the back to that low lunge. Softly. Breathe. Push that heel back. Strengthen the knee up. Strengthen your back leg to support yourself as you rise. Hands on your thigh. Or not. Maybe one hand. Dropping your heel back in. Come back up. Relax and pivot your feet to the other side. You need to shake that out a little bit. Rub it a little bit. Make it feel better. Whatever feels good. It's good to focus on you. That takes everything away and doesn't let you focus on anything else. That's the best medicine. Allowing yourself purpose to be staying calm, to be relaxed. Allow. Focusing. Breathing. Warrior two, the knee comes on top. It's okay to go higher in the hip. That just determines how tight your hips are. That's fine. Keep your body vertical. Keep trying to pull your tail under. Keep trying to roll the thighs out so that the kneecap, the middle of the kneecap, is pointing over the second and third toe. It's not pulling in and it's not pulling out, right? Buckling, forward. Not doing either, but straight. Don't stop. You feel softer? Feel how you go maybe a little bit further? Back leg. And the longer you stay relaxed. I'm not asking you to squeeze. I'm asking you to draw. I'm asking you to roll. That doesn't mean you're working hard. That just means sometimes it's hard to work it when you're not used to it. And that's okay. So just enjoying what you're doing if you can, and allowing yourself to grow every day. Arms. Maybe I forgot the other side. The head stays looking over the fingers. Right, I forgot that. Are you stretching it? Can you open those elbows? Can both elbows point down, even though the front palm is pointing down as well? Think about it. Try it. Right? Breathing. Are you stretching away? Remember this word for me. For me, for you. Ufiti. To stretch away from. Sanskrit. Stretch away. Inhale, everybody. Rise. Extend your legs, arms to the sky. Way up high. Reach what you can. Exhale. Can you feel, instead of the toes in the front, can you feel that heel? Can you feel the hip? The hip is trying to pull down. The more the hip pulls down itself, the more we have to give. Carefully, of course. Are your thighs rolling outward? Is your tail pulling on way up high? Rotate just your body. Soften your knee as much as you need for your comfort so it doesn't hurt. And allow yourself to gently start. Breathing. Try to square yourself over your leg. Keep pulling your big toe and your heel down. Keep allowing yourself. You can push the back of your thighs. Can you lengthen your body? Just take your time. You can always use your leg with a bent knee. Hands on the leg if you need to. Bent knee. You can always just relax and collapse. Keep both legs working. Draw the back of the thighs up further. Reach the body further. Breathe. Are you breathing? Don't hold your breath. Is the blade of the foot on the floor? Are your hips in between? Are you on top? Are your shoulders square? Pushing away, bend your knee. Gently rise. Oh, excellent. Now, walking heel, toes, or jumping together. Nothing big. Wow. Grounded. Keep that sense of pulling the ball joints, all 5 of them, the entire blade, the entire heel. Of course you can use a wall. Of course, use anything you want to help you, right? Anything you can. You can even lean on your working your video camera. Come on, excuse me, everybody. It's my granddaughter. Sorry about that, guys. I thought I locked the door. That's my fault. What are you gonna do? Okay. So you can even, as I was saying, lean on the wall if you need to, right? Who has kids? Everybody have kids? They're all over the place. So bringing, how's everybody feeling tonight? I love you, love you, love you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. So much appreciate you, knowing that you're there. Oh, that's just warming. You guys make me feel good. Okay, Collins. Balance. This one's for Debbie. I'm talking about my wife. She said to me, could you do some balance? If there's anything you'd like to see, learn, or have questions of, please, I'd love to help. That's what I do. Love to help. So the fingers come out, and we're trying to line up the middle fingers across each other, across the chest, across the shoulders, as straight as we can. We're going to, again, we're going to balance on that right foot. Gently reaching out so that the toes touch the floor. Allow your body to stay in line and allow the hips to lean, right? And as the hips lean, notice how it becomes straight with the leg. Hold that pose there. So then we're going to switch from the toes and go further. Keep everything as straight as you can from the hips to the crown, gently leaning the body just to what you can. Now notice, while we're there, notice if your body is leaning forward and the hips are leaning back. Try to draw with the belly, pull those hips forward, push both legs, pointed star, and come down, and relax. Same thing. You're flat, so that you're flat, so that we're not leaning, we're not bending the knee, but straight. Yeah? Good. Relax. An important pose is a Hindi squat. Now, we'll give the slide a little bit, right? This is for those of you who have an issue squatting. Support is so important for confidence and to be relaxed. You can't relax if you're not comfortable going into a pose. Separate your feet as wide as you need to get those knees to come out. Let yourself slide down the wall just a little bit. Use your hands as you lean just your hips on the wall. Go down as far as your body. Don't worry about doing anything else, but try just that. And whatever you can is good. Remember, the feet have to come away from the wall at least a foot and a half wider than your shoulders, okay, as well? Okay, now, for those of you who can. Hindi squat. The feet, try to line up the second and third toe with your heel. Your feet should be just a little wider than your shoulder. Just a little bit. Maybe half of your foot wider than your shoulder. Your knees are tracking, right? Your hips are tracking. Everything's evenly balanced. Reaching the arms between your hands, straight across, elbow to elbow. That means the hands too. So you have to soften those wrists the best that you can. So what happens to the body? Can you see that? The shoulders, as always, they want to roll forward and down. So we need to keep lifting the chest upward as if we're pulling up the heart, shoulders pulling back and down, constantly trying to squeeze down into the opposite hip. Right shoulder, left hip, left shoulder, right hip. That direction. Sinking down. Use your belly and your hips to pull you down until, I'm going to get closer for this one so you can see it. Can you see it? In here, inside the elbows pushing the hands together, try to pull your tail down. Keep your back flat, keep your chin in, keep your ears to your throat, lift your chest, shoulder blades back, melting back, hips coming down, breathing, and straight toes. Need to be a little wider. To the throat and the tail pulling forward as my hips come down. My heels turned in. Careful. Were you breathing? Or were you too shaky on the legs? It's okay if you didn't breathe. It's a practice. Take a deep breath. Sweeping the arms outward and upward. Reach into the sky, way up high. Keep your hands shoulder width apart. Can you see me? 1 second, guys. That's a little better. Okay. Again, sweeping your arms way up high. Keep your hands shoulder width apart, palms facing each other. Extend the crown upward. Feel the stretch as far as you can. Take a nice deep breath. Draw the belly deeper. Make yourself flatter. Open your heart more. Leaning to the right side. Gently. Oh, feel that rib cage open. Notice my hips are staying still. I'm not leaning them to the side. To the opposite side, right? Inhale back up. Exhale, come down. Open. Notice how the back wants to hunch all the time. That's what I'm talking about. Right there. Let that open as you go. Feel it releasing. Feel yourself diving. Come back up and relax. Open up a little bit more. This one's even softer. Gently open up your arms. Open up your hands, your fingers, flexing them down toward the back corners. And imagine and feel, and the direction is the fingers pulling back and down toward each other. While the chest is opening up bigger, the back is hollowing itself more, hollowing like a tree, right? Feel that? The jaw lifts up. Can you feel it all pushing up to the ceiling? Feel that neck stretching a little bit more. Can you feel your collarbone being stretched open a little bit more? Push the hips forward. Bend your knees a little. Keep your heels on the floor. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, come back down with your arms. And relax and release. Let's have a seat. Releasing all of your tensions now. Just melting down to the floor. Oh, it's been a long day for me. My schedule is so off that I've been waking up at 3 in the morning and falling back to sleep around 6, and that just throws me off completely. All day long, I'm like, I don't know whether I'm coming or going. And with the kids running back and forth, which we all enjoy the kids, so that's a wonderful thing. It's never a bad thing. But there's no rest for the weary is my point. Which I don't normally get to do. And so I get to enjoy the kids. So it's a different perspective. And I hope that you're able to enjoy your time rather than become frustrated with it. And if you find yourself frustrated with it, breathe and know and allow your right knee up. So the right foot on the floor and both hips on the floor. If you need to bring your foot way out here so you're comfortable with both hips on the floor, that's where you need to be. Working from outside, keeping your foot on the floor, gently slur. Try to relax if you can. Try to soften. Take a deep breath, lifting your body taller. Hold the shoulder blade, rotating. And not just the shoulder and the shoulder blade, but the rib cage. Hold it. And the hip melting. And the knee and the inner thigh all drawing in and the hip to the floor. So it's a lot going on. It's not supposed to be so easy. Anybody can just move you and say turn and twist. But I'm asking you to focus your attention on you. If you're not pushing down into the floor with your foot's not working. If it's not pulling in itself, it's not working. If you're not lifting up in yourself, You're not focusing. Trying, that's all. And if you don't, the left side wants to pull forward to get it flat the best that we can. Of course, if you're more limber, that leg should be all the way up and over to the other side, even with your hip on the floor. Mine can't. And relax and release. And so let's go to the other side. Tomorrow is Monday. Okay. I'm saying it loud and I'm saying it clear. I'll be here at 10 o'clock. I will. In the morning. I'll be here at 7 p.m. in the evening. I will. No, you have a place to come hang out, do some yoga, get some relief, relieve some stress. I'll have some nice music on. I forgot to put my music on. It just helps. You don't need the music, you're in your head. Sometimes when you're that much in your head, you don't hear the music anyway, so really not supposed to have music. But it's been common practice. How's that saying go? Music soothes the savage beast within us. It helps. It truly lets you feel more relaxed. Everybody knows music. Everybody can relate to music. You trying? Get that leg? Is it wimpy? Is it a wimpy leg? Sometimes my left side is, so I have to focus a little bit more. Do I have weaknesses? Everybody has weaknesses. My left side is one of them. If you cannot grab the ball joints with your fingers, no fret. You could always grab the back is bent. Just pull your body down as far as you can, pulling your shoulders toward your knees, chin to your throat, forehead toward your navel, all the way down to your ankles if you're holding on. All you're doing is pulling yourself. So anywhere from the back of the thighs to the, right? Maybe you can push the back of the thighs. The lower you get with your knees to the floor, the more I want you to work the back of the thighs. The heels, thighs rolling in, the further you go. Add to it. Grabbing those feet, but don't pull. Push the feet. Look what happens to my whole body. I'm going to drop my head, so look at me. Gently, gently pushing and pulling. Breathing. I'm going to lay down for a softer spinal twist, okay? It's softer one. It's more with gravity, less with muscular strength, less with visual focus, less with everything, and just more relaxed. Knees to separate about hip width apart. Feel that sacrum flattening down, feel your muscles relaxing, let yourself float down. I'm going to cross my left leg. My eyes are looking to the right. I'm going to cross my left leg completely over, as close with the knees. I'm going to let that, both knees, just the way they are, tilt back over to the left side. Just relax, not rushing. As you're tilting, see if that heel will come toward the calf, heel to calf. So you're constantly working. Just what you can, carefully let it melt. All fours. Actually get the knee in line with the tailbone, the right knee on this leg. So I'm going to shift over a little bit more and breathe. Take a deep breath. So I know where to go. Crossing my right leg over my left and gently allowing my head's going to turn to the left. So I haven't moved much, not really, but just allowed a softness of my legs and my hips. Feeling the weight of them taking themselves down. Feel the breath. And relax and release. And gently. Let the body roll over to the right side completely. Ease your body up off the floor. Ah, that was awesome. Cross your legs, guys, dolls, my friends. Put a smile on your face. Be happy. You're alive. Yeah? Isn't that nice? A good feeling? Life. Give thanks to the source of your existence for your existence. Know, have faith. Everything will be all right. Everything will fall into place. And I appreciate each and every one of you. Namaste.